Brings us back to the front again. To the entryway. Hello?
Visiting the cathedral always makes me wonder if the 8 divines are friends. Do they get together, share a meal or a drink? I like to believe they do. After all, eternity is a long time to spend with people you're not fond of.
There's the one that uncovered the plot against Yorin the Scald King.
That's right. Pixel? Glad you recognize.
I'm not a criminal.
Let's go down these back streets. Cleaning going on, some people drinking. It's a way back out to West Weald. Hey, what are you doing? What are you up to over here?
I came here to find work, but the locals are so high-handed I'm not sure I'll ever fit in.
What do you mean?
This city is ancient, and the Colovians are proud of that. They act as though they personally had something to do with its longevity. It's ridiculous.
How old is Skingrad?
It dates back to the First Era, at least. The time when Rislav the Righteous defeated an Alessian army. I enjoy the study of history when I'm not doing back-breaking labor for today's Colovians.
Oh, you better get back to that back-breaking work, I suppose. Janus Cano.
Cuts both ways.
City Way Shrine discovered. Oh yeah. Oh, here it is, right there in the middle. The Legion's Trove. Oh, there's the bank.
One of the local merchants sends a dog to bring in her deposits. Those transactions are my favorites.
I want to see that. I want to see that transaction.
My brother just joined the Legion.
Nothing suspicious down here. Alright, there we go. Check out the tavern. What? On behalf of the Mages Guild of all Tamriel, GameolioDan, the august and storied Mages Guild, writes, seeking your aid, a Votari Knight in the Order of the Lab has discovered a most unusual magical anomaly. Preparations are now underway for an exciting and potentially lucrative expedition. Tell no one. As soon as you can, seek out Adept Yenard Rianil at the location on the included map. It will explain further. Good luck, adventurer. Okay. I guess I'll head over there, and once I finish the rounds.
Life is far too short to allow oneself to be overcome by every passing difficulty. When I find myself growing wary of tasks my employers set for me, I simply remember that they will be dead one day.
It's true.
The Imperials are strong soldiers, but they lack imagination. When their ranks break on the battlefield, they can't do a thing without the commander's orders. Say what you will about the Nords, but at least our fighters are independent.
The Count's boar hunt. My dearest sister, Tell Mother not to worry about my supper tonight. I won't be returning home anytime soon. As you know, the Count's boar hunt was this morning, and I must regretfully tell you that although the hunt is over, I'm in no shape to travel. That said, I can still hold a quill, so I suppose I owe you the whole story. At dawn I set out for the forest south of the Weatherly estate to meet the rest of the hunting party. The Count is quite generous to sponsor a hunt for the public, so I was far from the only hopeful hunter in the group. In fact, there were so many of us that I thought we were likely to chase off any game, then come across something worth pursuing. Count Calantius is wise though, so his aides quickly divided the massive group into several smaller parties that were told to fan our way out, away from each other. To my shock, I realized I had somehow ended up in a group with the Count himself. I couldn't see him very well as he allowed the hunters on foot to lead the way, while he gallantly rode behind on a white steed with golden armor. I wanted to hang back for a better view, but that wouldn't have gotten me any closer to nabbing a boar. Instead, I gripped my spear tightly and moved toward the front of the group on light feet. The Count's hounds trotted ahead, noses to the ground as they searched for the scent of boars. It was quiet for some time. The only sound were the snuffling dogs and the hunters' careful steps. All at once, the dogs threw their heads back and started baying as they picked up the scent. Those of us on foot began running after the hounds, bounding recklessly through the underbrush as we neared our quarry. "There!" someone shouted. The party broke into an open glade where we discovered two massive boars locked in a deadly territorial skirmish. The size of their tusks gave them away as males, and their bristling fur betrayed the animal fury within. The intensity of their battle must have masked the approach of our party. It was stunning. Without warning, the larger of the boars broke away from the other and charged toward the hunters at the front of the party. The whole group of us surged toward the action. A brave man with a long hunting sword attempted to plunge it into the beast's neck. It was the last mistake he would ever make. The boar's frenzied momentum carried it easily up the length of the man's sword until the blade was buried in the animal's hide, and the boar's tusk had gored the man deep in his belly. Blood poured out from the wound, and the man lost his grip on the sword embedded in the animal's flank as it searched out a new target. The man fell quickly, his body forgotten in the chaos of the moment. As the boar began to snort and circle before making another charge, I had a sickening realization we'd lost track of the second boar. The whole party was engaged with the larger animal, intent on avenging the fallen hunter. I turned back to see if the Count would choose his moment to strike, when I saw the unmistakable shape of the second boar goring through the Count's aides and knights, making for his horse. Without thinking, I turned away from the first boar and began running toward the Count. To his credit, the Count saw the boar coming, and grim acceptance crossed his face as he raised his sword for what he knew would be a futile blow. Before the beast made contact with the Count and his steed, I drew back my arm and launched my spear directly at the Count. It was a risky move, to be sure. I've never been a great shot, and I could certainly use more practice on moving targets. Arcane must have guided my hand, because the spear flew true. It pierced the second boar through its eye, killing the beast not a moment before it would have had Count Calantius's on the end of its tusks. The Count stared at the dead boar for a moment before lifting his gaze to meet mine. He nodded at me, and I'm sure was about to say something profound before the first boar charged me from behind. I don't remember much after that. Thankfully, the boar's tusks missed me, but the beast did trample me on its way through the crowd before someone eventually put it down. I awoke hours later in the Count's castle in Skingrad, where healers had set my leg and given me a soothing drink for my scrapes and bruises. The Count was especially grateful for my intervention with the boar. He even invited me to sit at the high table with him at the feast that night. I never could have imagined sitting with the Count himself as we dined on roast boar and toasted the many brave hunters of West Weald. Count Calantius arranged for me to stay here in Skingrad until I'm well enough to travel home. He's offered me a horse from his personal stable, as well as a year's supply of salted pork and a monetary prize for taking down a boar plus more for saving his life. I will write again soon to let you know of my recovery. We'll have plenty of time to discuss how to spend the prize money when I return. Although I can safely say I'm retired from boar hunting, your loving brother, Albinus Cordy, Itodanus. What a great recount that was.
This is the finest inn in all of Skingrad. The structure has stood for 1,000 years. With luck and hard work, it will stand for 1,000 more.
I wonder if that's true, if it does, if it did. Their love and life.
Now, sorry, friend. Need a higher rank than that to take me on.
My rank must be like 1. Challenge of the Paladin. A champion of the 8 awaits you. If you seek a challenge in that most storied of pastimes, tales of tribute, the Templar and scholar of Alessian legend, Caledonia Gregorius is on a pilgrimage across the war-torn land. This godly woman now finds herself temporarily sequestered in Broken Promises Cave. Do you wish to test your mettle against her skill in cutting? If so, seek her out beyond the North Hook, where the scarps of Hammerfell came down to meet the plains of the Weald. And may the 8 show you mercy, for in her deck you will find none. She can just stay in that cave. Oh, we got her. Okay, so this is housing. The Rose Wine Retreat. I imagine this just to be a simple room. And nothing more. Yes, 4 walls. 4 walls and a door. Okay. Great, good room. I wonder if we actually get that at the end, after we complete the main quest. Lepida Russ's room. I'll just let myself in, I guess. Oh, okay.
Rapid new foliage growth is dangerous. I suppose everyone is trying to be generous and welcoming to the Wood Elves, but guests don't destroy the crops or land. It's an outrage!
Filthy, disgusting. I want to go in that bathwater.
Attempting to ingratiate myself to the local nobility is proving more difficult than I anticipated. I have tried plying them with wine and flattery to no avail. Perhaps I should sharpen my dueling skills. What am I thinking?
I don't know, Nomantel. Keep thinking it though. Culinary company. What are you all cooking?
I carefully learned what flavors the Imperials like, and now the Wood Elves want the same treatment? It's a good thing they don't all stick to meat. That would get boring after a few seasons.
Got a lot of breads. A lot of breads here. This is where the real party is.
Wood Elves and Imperials? It's a surprise I haven't found a way to bottle all the trouble they're brewing.
This place is quite large, actually. Back to the tavern. Actually, maybe we can go this way. Place feels like it's bigger than the city. Or some cities anyway. This takes me back to Skingrad. Guess you gotta go the long way around. The hell are we? Yeah, so that place is huge. Alright, and all the guild traders and so on at the back here. The lovely night sky. Or what remains of it. Maxwell House Gamers? What? That's all the traders here. Guild Herald. All tucked away nicely. Don't touch the chickens. Don't do it.
Are we at war with Vashabar? I've heard conflicting stories about the Wood Elves, and I'm very confused.
There's a whole new forest sprouting up near the Gold Road, and that means opportunities. I'm going to head out there and see what kind of work I can find.
The harder you train, the harder you hit. That's what I always say. If you don't end the day with fresh bruises, you didn't learn anything.
What's she doing? What? I'm sure she just picked up one of these barrels. Significantly smaller though. Just magic that thing. Nothing illegal going on over here, right?
My family had an estate once. The shadow path burned it down.
I did not make these things you see. They were waiting in the wood when I found them. I merely set them free.
Set them free for a price? You'll set them free again for a price? Flavius.
So that's it, Corvus? People are dying, and you turn a blind eye because you're busy?
I wouldn't expect a deserter and a thief to understand the Legion's duties. Look after yourself, Hook. You always have.
Well, I suppose you saw that. It's been 20 years and Sergeant Corvus is still a stuck-up Colovian prig. 2 lives cut short. But we were deserters, so he thinks we got what we deserved. Damn it all. Maybe he's right.
Who was killed?
Almo and Regnier. Comrades in my Legion days, then fellow outlaws after. We called ourselves the Scarlets. Sorry, the name's Hook. Back when the Gold Road was rich, I led the gang. But we got caught. Did our time. We're not thieves anymore.
Do you think you're in danger too?
If I get what's coming to me, so be it. The price of being a thief. But we left that life years ago. The other Scarlets don't deserve to die. Can you help me gather the crew? Protect them from whoever's hunting us? I can pay you. Thief's honor.
I hope you find the remaining Scarlets.
I think we'll get along, friend. Here, let me mark your map. I know where you can find 3 of the surviving Scarlets. Big Fallen Knives, and Valenia. Tell them to go to the Skingrad Outlaws Refuge. I'll be waiting there.
You were a thief?
Thief, highwayman, brigand, outlaw. I'd be richer than Count Calantius if I had a gold piece for every name they gave us. That's not who the Scarlets are anymore. Once we were legionaries. Good ones, even.
What happened?
We were pressed into joining Emperor Morikar's invasion of Western Skyrim. Damn foolish thing. No surprise he's not here anymore. We barely survived. And when we finally straggled home, there was nothing left for us.
So you deserted?
Aye, no different than abandoning a ship when it sinks. We Scarlets are survivors, and that's what we did. Took a lesson from Morikar's Reachmen. They stole to keep their bellies full, so we did too. Everything but lives.
Why draw that line?
The Scarlets had a rule. Take from those who can spare some, take nothing from any that can't be undone. Hard times never seem to touch the fortunes of the rich. Still the same today, I reckon.
Alright. Where will I find these people? They are out there in the world. Okay, it's good. It's a good quest to have.
I can see at a glance you are a worthy soul. Please, browse through my humble wares. See if I have anything you wish to make your own.
I really don't think you'll have anything. I never spend much time at the home. Which, I do have a lot of furniture that I pick up throughout all my adventures, but I don't have time. Other than throwing them into a room.
I have everything the discerning homeowner needs. You need rocks? I have rocks. You need plants? I have plants. You need weapons? Well, I recommend you find a good blacksmith.
Come on, dude, you said everything. A homeowner needs some weapons to defend their home, right? Sometimes. Nothing else here? Okay. But I've definitely seen some people work some magic with all the furnishings and so on. What the hell are you think you're doing?
Skingrad's trading guilds just don't accept anyone, friend. You need to know someone who knows someone. Connections, you understand? If you ever want an introduction, I am sure we can come to an arrangement.
You gonna grab a barrel? What you doing? Having a drink? Sampling the product? I can see you! Recruits Assurance Armory.
Is that your protection? It's bad, very bad.
Excuse me?
Azimur doubts it can withstand the claws and fangs of West Weald's beasts. But you came for Azimur's armor. This is good. Very good.
Is it? You sell companion gear? And other things? I don't know, is it really that good though? You're all talk there, Azimir. I like my gear, what are you talking about? My gear served me well. Alright, so we've got leather workers here.
I wish the Count would let me design the Legion uniforms. I'm sure I could come up with something better than those gaudy crests.
Gaudy I like what they've got on. But if you could do better, maybe you should do some sketches or something. Present it. It's amazing how much, like stores and so on, and I reckon like 80% of the playing population will never see it. They'll never go in there. There's so much there, though. Alright, so we're slowly but surely ending up where we need to go, which is down here. I'll just keep going. I want to go back over here, though.
The new forest worries me. Nothing natural ever grew that quickly.
It's those wood elves. Valenwood is trying to annex territory that is rightfully ours.
Maybe. But the wood elves of Vashabar claim their intentions are peaceful. A forest springs out of nowhere and covers 1/3 of the Weald and no one does anything? What's the Legion waiting for? An all-out attack on the city?
It's the damn wood elves, mark my word. Why else would they settle on this side of the Strid?
Uh-huh. We go this way.
Keep an eye out for my chisel. I seem to have mislaid it. Hang on, there it is. That's fine. I can pick it up later.
Pick it up now, dude. A lot of broken pots around here. Alright, so this is the crafting area.
It's great to hear the Mages Guild have a new refuge for study.
So it'd probably be a good idea if I break all this stuff down while I'm here. Make a little bit of space in my bags. Oh, enchanting's at 50. I don't think I had that at 50. You can do your writs here. The eye piercer.
I've got a lot to do here.
That's pretty easy. Look, it's all in one spot. You don't have to run around too much. It's pretty much you just do a loop, get all your dailies done, and then hand them in over here. Okay, I think we've done everything now. I think we've taken a decent tour of the city. Normally, I don't take that long to tour the city, but it's good to get a base understanding
the new forest worries me. Nothing natural ever grew that quickly.
Of each of the towns.
Wood elves. Valenwood is trying to annex territory that is rightfully ours.
Skingrad is a lovely place, but I sometimes feel stifled within these walls. In the wilderness outside the city, I can truly be myself.
And get an idea of, what's going on in the town and what they're talking about and what's out there.
Compared to the might of Hircine, the Divines are nothing but fairy tales for children. We rich folk know the truth. Real gods demand sacrifice. That's why we abide by the law of the fair hunt.
And hopefully a lot of these things that they're talking about ties into what we'll experience when we go and experience more of the area. So we've got another exit over here. The place is locked. And there's the Mages Guild.
Thank you for your service to the Mages Guild.
Adele? Hello again?
You stopped. Amazing. The adept that helped return Ivea to Nirn. Sorry. Vanus Galarian himself asked me to find you.
What?
We have a bit of a predicament.
I know. I got your message. What's this all about?
The Archmagister asked that I not say too much in earshot of my guildmates. Let's just say it's a magical anomaly. Untamed power from an unknown source. Plenty to catch a mage's interest, but that's just the trouble. It could be highly dangerous.
Is the Mages Guild keeping this a secret?
For now, power draws mages like moths to a flame. We're a little hopeless that way. Votary Nalia, a knight from the Order of the Lamp, is on the scene. She needs someone to help her explore this anomaly and assess the danger. What do you say?
No help.
Excellent! The anomaly is in an old complex called Sunamir, beneath the Sunhold Mages Guild. Good luck. Hopefully the rest of us won't be far behind you.
Can you tell me more about the Order of the Lamp?
They fill many roles, often acting as bodyguards for powerful members or guardians of ancient magics. There aren't many knights in the Order, especially compared to the number of mages in the guild.
Why aren't there many knights in the Order?
The standard for knights inducted into the Order soar higher than Kapora Tower. We don't just take anyone who can swing a blade, especially these days.
What else can you tell me about Nalia?
Take my word for it, she's one of our best. Professional, highly focused, a tad overworked, maybe. Some say knights in the Order of the Lamp are just failed mages. Those people haven't met Nalia.
What is her title? Votary?
Other knights throw around honorifics like Sir and Dame. It's like that, a way for members to distinguish themselves. It speaks to their vows to the Order and to their role as a light to defend the guild.
And what do you know about the anomaly?
Precious little, I'm afraid. They broke through an old wall to get at it. Votary Nalia can fill you in on the details, but I heard one of the other knights mention its old, deep magic. Makes sense, given the age of Sunamir.
Sunamir is a guild hall?
No, Sunamir predates the founding of the Mages Guild by, 1,000 years or so. It's an ancient library, I think. Lots of dusty tomes and some esoteric stories from all across Tamriel. Nalia and the others are inside. Stay safe in there.
Portal to Sunamir? Let me get that quest up. Oh, so this is scribing, right. Votary Nalia, Knight in the Order of the Lamp, is exploring some kind of magical anomaly. She's requested assistance through the Mages Guild to investigate the source of unknown and untamed power. Enad, open a portal to Sunamir. Okay. Well, I guess we'll try it out.